I've been playing RuneScape for something like the last 20 years. It's always been something I like to do to unwind, relax, or just kill some time. But now, I'm looking for a challenge. So come with me while we leave the mainland behind and set up shop on the continent of Zeah. I have absolutely no idea how to do tithe farm. Like, do I need rakes and stuff? I know I need a watering can, because I know essentially what you do is you like plant the seeds and then they grow really fast and you have to water them immediately or they die or something like that. But I don't actually know how to do it. I've never done this before. I usually despise farming. Well, I don't hate doing farming. I just never find myself wanting to do farm runs, I guess. So I guess, what do you even get from here? I know you get the seed box in this can, which holds more than normal, I guess. Yeah, holds far more than should fit in a small watering can. You can get herb boxes, grape seeds. I don't know why you'd want grape seeds, but this farmer's outfit's what I'm wanting, honestly. Auto weed would be really nice. Like, honestly, all of these rewards are super good. We'll just grind it for a bit, I guess. I think you search this, take some seeds maybe. Do you have to talk to this guy first? And I guess this guy's just gonna trust us. Do I know what I'm doing? Tell me how to grow. Grow these seeds in the patches. When you've harvested some fruit, deposit it straight into the sacks. Okay, you mean this here? Yes. Remember, you have to water the plants at each stage, otherwise they die of the blight. Fertilizer makes them grow faster or die faster if you don't water them. You'll gain a little extra experience if you grow enough of the fruit successfully, so you're ready to start. I don't want to do this anymore. That's great. That's a great dialogue option. Oh, I can use my minigame teleport. That's kind of nice. But yeah, so I know we're supposed to water things, and I think there's like an optimal way to do this where you kind of like... Wait, does this run out? There's no need to fertilize before anything's been planted. So you have to plant, fertilize, water? Yes? Okay, well, that's easy enough. Should I do this in like batches, or why won't it plant? Plant, fertilize, water. All right, well, that's growing really fast. I need to get this rhythm down. I wonder if you're better off just not fertilizing, maybe?
A few moments later.
Well, I just finished harvesting this load here and just got just over 50. I'm curious how much XP and how many points I'm actually going to get, so I'm going to hand these in. I also am pretty sure that I can have more than one watering can. I just had that realization, which will obviously make things a lot easier. So let's just deposit and see what we get. Hey, that's not bad. And 17 points. I thought it was 50 points. I was like, dang. Now 17 points though. Pretty decent chunk of XP. That gets me to Teaks, and I think I actually have access to a hardwood spot down in Varlamore, so who knows, maybe I'll start planting trees. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go grab an extra watering can or two and see if it works. But yeah, how much were the rewards? Oof. All right, it's kind of expensive, so we're gonna be here for a bit is what I'm getting at. That's okay though. It's a chill grind. I'm honestly pretty okay with it. This is the kind of content that I actually kind of enjoy. It's like not super intense, but it's consistent. I don't know. It just seems relaxing to me. It's the same reason I enjoy Wintertod, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe I'd have a different opinion of it if I had done this on like 18,000 accounts. I more or less had the right idea with how to do Tithe Farm. But I did eventually end up figuring out that I can get a total of 16 of the plants down. Essentially, the cycle I'm working with here is to plant 8 seeds, use the compost on all 8, then water all 8, and then just continue to water until it's all grown. The optimal way that I found to do this was to use 16 plants, no fertilizer, and by the time you get done planting the 16th, you're ready to rewater the first one, and so on and so forth. There are people out there that can get like 20 or 24 plants at a time, but I'm not paying that much attention to this, and honestly, I don't really care that much. The grind is fast enough with just 16. Well, it finally happened. I got a good reward at Wintertod and missed the recording. I guess it was bound to happen eventually, but yeah, no, that's the first one of these I've ever gotten. That's super exciting. I think that acts as like basically unlimited fire runes as long as you've got pages in it, so that's pretty neat. And like I said, that's the first one I've ever gotten. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, this inventory here should get me up to 54 farming, which actually gives me access to the next tier of fruit. Possibly, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Bolagano fruit and Hesidius. I think that'll give us more points and for sure more XP. So let's change these seeds out for the next tier. Bolagano. And of course, we always get 10,000 and we usually plant like 100 of them and get bored. But hey, that's just how we do things. Now that the first pieces of the final phase of the continent of Varlamore have been released, I feel like now it's probably actually a pretty good time for us to discuss in depth the goals for the account, since I've never actually done that. And I could also probably address why it's taken me so long to actually do anything on this account. I have so many things that I want to do on this account, and each of those goals has its own laundry list of tasks to go along with it. While some of these tasks will end up serving as stepping stones to get to the next goal, it still seems like a lot when you look at it all on paper, which is why I've kind of put this series on the back burner for a bit. I found myself struggling with a bit of decision paralysis, if you will. I had so much to do that I couldn't decide exactly what to work on or how to showcase the progress in a way that's actually interesting to watch. Let's be real, nobody wants to sit here and watch episodes filled with nothing but things like mining and woodcutting levels, praying for XP lamps to boost my Slayer level. I want the series to feel like more than just a simple progress series. I'm experiencing most of this content for the first time. I've done some of the quests and bosses on other accounts before, but I've never actually paid attention to any of it. I've always just been kind of a spacebar presser through the dialogue, never really paid too much attention to the lore or the whys of what's happening. This time around, I've really been focusing on the lore and the dialogue, and it's actually pretty well written and pretty interesting. The story definitely has its moments where it's a little much or a little cheesy, but overall, it hasn't been bad. That brings me to my first formal goal. I'll be completing the questlines for both the Varlamore and Corinne regions in roughly release and story order. We'll consider this as kind of the main story, or base game, if you will. Next, I plan on doing most, if not all, of the PVM content available in the two regions, including Moons, Huey, Chambers, and the Colosseum. I plan on green logging Moons, meaning I'll have to achieve every unique drop on their drop table, which could take anywhere from a few dozen kills to a few thousand kills if I get extremely unlucky. My goal for the rest of the PVM content is a bit more lax. Since I've never actually done Chambers or the Colosseum before, my main goal is just to complete them. I'm not really looking to green log either one of them unless it just seems like something that I could actually do, and then we might expand that goal later. For the Colosseum, I think I am going to shoot for the Grand Champion title, since you don't actually have to beat the Colosseum to do that. It just takes longer if you don't. As far as Huey goes, I don't know if we're going to try to green log that or not. It's one of those things that we'll just have to see when we get there. It's a group boss, and since I'm an Ironman, I don't know exactly how that works, as far as joining groups, using other players, or if I have to do it solo. Like I said, I'm treating this as more than just a simple progress series. I don't want to just showcase levels and milestones. I want to actually experience the content, since I'm literally seeing a lot of this for the first time. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough, so let's actually go make some progress. All right, let's see how many we get for the Bolagano plants when we turn in 100. I think we got like 45 or 40 from the first ones, so hopefully we get more from these. No, I don't think so, but I did get a fat chunk of XP though, and hey, that's mahoganies. I don't think we have any of those yet, but hey, yeah, no, I don't know how many we got from that. I don't know what the math is on that, but. I don't think it's any more, it's just more XP, it seems like. Alright, you know what? We've been locked away at the Tithe Farm for long enough. I've made good progress, and I've actually, I've gotten the entire farming outfit, which is super nice. Gives me a boost in XP, and honestly, like, the fashionscape, it cannot be beat, let's be real. This guy knows what he's doing. That outfit looks super good. I love it. But that's not why we're here. It's time to make some progress on our goal to complete every quest in the Corinne series. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do the Depths of Despair quest. It is a short quest here in Corinne. Should take us just a little bit. Got a little bit of combat in this one. Recommendation 15 combat. We definitely exceed that. I have spent some time AFKing sand crabs while I am like editing videos and just kind of generally hanging out. So I have made some decent progress on the account as far as combat goes. That said, I still need to get prayer, magic, and range going at some point because, I mean, we're going to need all of those. I definitely need protection prayers at some point. But regardless, I know I need the combat gear for this one. Let's grab some food. Trout should be fine. I don't know how much I'll actually need. I know the boss in this quest isn't that hard, but rather be safe than sorry and have plenty. And I believe the person we need to talk to is located in this square somewhere. Lord Candor Hasidius. All right, I believe that's what this quest icon up here is for. Lord Hasidius, what do you got for us? Hello, good sir. Hello there. Anything I can do to help? I know I've said this 1,000 times, but it never ceases to amaze me how willing people are to allow me to help them, having literally just met them. Our family's in dire need of assistance. Wow. How convenient for us. My eldest son, Artur, has gone missing, and we could desperately use some help in finding him. Oh, could you? Wow, that's really unfortunate, actually. I kind of feel bad for reveling in the fact that you had a quest for me. Would you be willing to assist us? You'll be rewarded if you bring him home safe. Yes, I like how he specifies I have to bring him home safe to get rewarded. As if I would do anything else. I can help. What do you need me to do? I mean, we need to find him. I suggest you begin your search by talking to my family's servants. One of them might know where he's gone, okay? You got it, Chief. All right, Chef Olivia, I'm helping Lord Hasidius find his missing son. I was wondering if you had any idea where he might have gone. Sorry, but I don't know anything. Are you sure about that? Well, she knows something. Look at this. She's guilty. This is awful. Please don't tell Lord Hasidius. He'll fire me if he finds out. She killed him. He's dead. Calm down. You have nothing to fear from me. I just want to help find him. Do you know where he is? You're in love, aren't you? What a conclusion to jump to by my guy, just to assume that it's love. That's insane. Well, don't worry. Your secret's safe with me. Okay. From here, Olivia explains that prior to his disappearance, Artur had shown a great interest in something called the Royal Accords of Twill, and that he had recently spent a lot of time at the Archaeus Library speaking with one of the librarians there named Galana. She suspects that if we follow the trail to Galana in the Archaeus Library, that we might find some clue as to his whereabouts. I'm looking for information on the Accord of Twill. The Royal Accord of Twill was signed by the heads of Lord Corinne's 5 houses, known then as the Royal Lords. This was 1,000 years ago. Wow. The Accord declared that they would take over rulership of Great Corinne from the Council of Elders. For many years after the Royal Accord was signed, Royal Lords took it in turns to rule the kingdom. Each of them ruled for 10 years in turn. Those practices have long since been abolished, though, and Corinne is now ruled by the Corinne Council. The original Accord has since been lost, but copies still exist in the library. If I wanted to find the original, many have tried and failed. You'd likely have no better luck. However, if it interests you, you might wish to read The Envoy to Varlamore by Derek Paulson. Interesting. I didn't realize that Varlamore had been teased or talked about in this questline. That's kind of cool. I mean, it makes sense. They are the continent neighbor to the south, right? So it details how the original cord was lost. Do you know where I can find the book? In the middle floor, southwestern bay. Oh, well, I guess if I was smart, I would have gone to the place that was already marked for me on the plugin, since, you know, I've searched that one before. The Envoy to Varlamore is actually a pretty interesting read if you give it a look. It talks about how, even though it's been several years since the war with Varlamore has ended, there's still a lot of hostility between the two regions. In an attempt to repair the relationship with Varlamore, King Cardus III ordered an envoy to be sent to Varlamore. Although to the displeasure of many of his advisors, the king also apparently sent the original copies of the Royal Accords of Twill along with the envoy. The king's intention was that the accords would be shown in the Grand Museum of Civitas Illifortis, but neither the envoy nor the accords ever made it to Varlamore. About halfway through the journey, the ship that left from Port Piscarilius got stuck in a storm and ended up sinking. The envoy himself ended up surviving, but only because he was picked up by some passing fishermen. For the next 40 years, they searched for the location of the shipwreck in the Accords, but neither could be found. Several years later, the Corinne Council took control of Corinne and called off the search. Many years later, another group began searching for the ship, believing that it actually sunk beneath the waves into some caves on the seabed. They located the caves in question and sought to enter them, but unfortunately they weren't combat trained, as they were just historians and not warriors or adventurers. Only 2 members of the expedition actually returned. It's still theorized that both the Accords and the ship still lie in that cave, but no one has been brave enough to try to enter it. Perhaps it is meant to be this way. Perhaps the Accord was meant to stay lost. However, this may not be the end of the story. All it would need is for an adventurer to enter those caves, reach the bottom, and the Accord may yet be returned to Kourend. I think we're going to the caves south of Land's End, if I had to venture a guess. So Land's End, obviously we can tell by the quest marker here, but Land's End is all the way on the south end. Yeah, there is a dungeon down there, so I guess we will get on down to the woodlands. Yeah, there is a minecart there, fortunately. And we'll check out this cave and see what awaits us. The old woodcutting guild. Eventually I'll be spending a lot of time here, but not right now. Not with a steel or iron or whatever I have. Not with a crappy hatchet. I need to figure out how to get some better skilling equipment. Like a pickaxe and a woodcutting axe. Like, I don't even have any idea where to get those. This place looks nice and inviting. I'm going to save my run energy here because I don't know for sure what's down here. Are these sand crabs? Could I be training down here? They are sand crabs. Oh, they're big. They're king sand crabs. I think these guys actually have like a good drop table. 107 though, I'm definitely going to need protection prayers for those guys. So it's going to be a while before I can kill them. Climb down the tunnel entrance. Hopefully I don't need a rope for this. It looks like there's already one there. Yeah, there is. Oh, look at that. Hey, we found him. Hello, wasn't expecting to see anyone else down here. Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I figured you, honestly, I thought he was going to be dead. Are you Artur Hasidius? That's me. Who are you? Wow, he is like in great spirits considering he's like exploring this horrible cave where a bunch of people died, apparently. I'm Zeah. Your father sent me to find you. He's worried about you. You really shouldn't worry. I'm fine. I'll head home as soon as I'm finished here. Well, could I help speed things along in some way? I promised I'd get you home. Now that you mention it, I could use some help. There's a chest in the next cave with something important in it. It's got a big snake guarding it, though. I mean, that level 36 snake, you can't kill that thing? How pathetic is this guy? By something important, do you mean the Royal Accords of Twill? How do you know that? How do you think I found you? Oh, well, as you already seem to know, I'm just here looking for the Royal Accords of Twill. I think it's in that chest, but the snake is in the way. Could you kill it for me? Can't you do it yourself? Yeah, there's the question. I tried, but I'm not very good at fighting. Fine, I'll kill the snake. Wait here. Come on, snake, let's go. Is this really? This is what we're doing? Okay. I mean, I guess technically this is a boss, right? Is this like the first boss on the account officially? If you don't count Wintertodt, I guess. This is the first quest boss, I suppose. 44 hit points. Combat level 50. I mean, that's an achievement, yeah? 50? Let's go. Have you killed that snake yet? It is dead. Great, now we just need to empty that chest. Would you mind? Okay, I guess we'll go do the chest for some reason. Even though it's his... This is like his little quest thing, so I guess he just doesn't want to do it. I don't know. You search the chest to find the original Royal Accord of Twill. Oh, that is a lot of text. All right, hang on. There's nothing special in there, or at least nothing we didn't know already. I honestly kind of thought maybe it was possible there'd be something in there sketchy, but really wasn't. It was exactly what everyone thought it was. I've emptied the chest and found the Accord. Hand it over. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. You better not run off with the Accord. Yeah, I don't want that. I won't. Let's get going. Oh my God! Swim the other way. You were already in the water. Oh my God! I absolutely despise RNG agility checks like this. If you have the agility level to do the quest and to do the obstacle in the quest, I don't think you should be able to fail it. That is artificial difficulty and it doesn't add anything to the experience. And honestly, it's a little disappointing that Jagex still seems to rely on those, even in modern quests. All right, Lord Hosidius, hopefully your son made it home, because I certainly wasn't going to walk him here. We found the ancient document, too, while we were at it. Better have a good reward. He's back home safe. I hear we have you to thank for that. All in a day's work. No. No. We're here for the reward and nothing else. He also said that you managed to recover the original copy of the Royal Accord of Twill. I did. I assume you'll be wanting this. Yes, I'll make sure it's well looked after. Now for the reward I promised. $4,000. Cool. But really, we're excited about the 1,500 agility XP. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, I kind of thought there'd be more to that, but whatever. Goodbye.